Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today, I would like to talk about passive, active and passive voice. Okay, I will explain a little bit about the active voice. Active voice in a sentence written in the active voice, the subject of the sentence perform the action. Sentences which use the active voice are usually more straightforward to understand as they are clean and direct. Example, the winner of the race lift the trophy. The doctor is examine the patient. Okay. The next, passive voice. In a sentence, written in passive voice, the subject is acted on by the verb. Example, the puppy tore the toy. It's an active voice. When we want to change it, the active voice is the toy was tore by the puppy. Okay, to create the passive voice, add the verb to be in the correct sentence, and the main verb. Often, preposition such as by, it's also used. The active and passive voice in present simple passive and present continuous passive. The first one is a present simple passive. In the active voice, the pattern is a subject plus verb one, is or s, and plus object. Okay, for example, I love you. I love you. I as a subject, love is a verb, and you is an object here. And the passive voice, the pattern is a subject plus to be, like I'm is are, in the present simple, plus verb three. I'm sorry, for plus verb three followed by preposition by and object. Okay, if we want to change from active voice to passive voice, we need to switch the object and the subject in the active voice. Subject become the object in the passive voice, and object in the active voice become a subject in the passive voice. Okay, example, you are loved by me. In the passive voice, in active voice, I is a subject, but in the passive voice, we switch it's become object, it's become the me. And you in the active voice, is an object, but in the passive voice, it's become to be subject, like you. We need to are, you are, and love. The verb one in the active voice change to verb three in the passive voice. Love become to love, and followed by a preposition by me. You are loved by me in the passive voice, but in the active voice we say I love you. In the passive voice we say you are loved by me. Okay, the next present continuous passive. The active voice, the pattern of active voice, it's subject be, is are, plus verb ing plus object. For example, he is killing Alexa. He is killing Alexa. In the passive voice, the pattern is a subject plus to be plus being plus verb three plus preposition by and object. So like the present simple passive, when we want to change active voice become the passive voice, we need to switch a subject in the active voice. I'm sorry, in the active voice become the object in the passive voice, and object in the active voice become subject in the active voice. Okay, take for example, he is killing Alexa. It's a active voice. When we want to change into passive voice, Alexa become the subject. Alexa plus to be is because Alexa is a single noun. Alexa is plus being the verb killing change to verb 3 kill and followed by preposition by and object him. He become jadi object in the passive voice. He become jadi him. I'm sorry, him. Alexa is being killed by him. You get the point, okay? He is killed. Alexa is being killed by him. He is killing Alexa. Alexa is being killed by him. Okay. Past simple passive. The active voice, the pattern of active voice is subject plus verb to plus the object. Example, they invited us to their dinner last night. The subject is they, the verb is invited, and the object is us. To their, the object is only us, and to their dinner last night, it's a complement. Okay, when we want to change it into the passive voice, we need to switch. Same like present simple and present continuous. In the past, we also need to switch object, subject, and object in the active voice. The pattern is subject, to be, verb 3, and object. Okay. The subject in the passive voice is they, and the object is us in the active voice. In the passive voice, we change us become to subject. It's we. It's changed to we. Okay. To be, where, because we use a past simple. We used to be was or where. We used to be where. And verb 3, invited. It's same like verb 2. Followed by preposition by them. Okay, if we want to change active voice to passive voice, it's become we were invited by them to their dinner last night. Okay. The next example is I did make you sad. You, in a passive voice, it's become to you because the object in the passive voice become the subject in the because the object in the active voice become the subject in the passive voice. I did not make you sad. You plus to be, where, not verb to make, made. Verb to make is made by subject in the active voice become the object in the passive voice. Me, said. Okay. You were not made by me, said. Okay. Next, future simple passive. The pattern in the active voice is subject, will, the verb 1, because we talk about the future. For example, will you teach me passive voice? In the passive voice, the pattern is subject, will, be, verb 3, preposition by, and object. It's the same like another passive voice. In the future simple passive, we also need switch the subject and the object in the active voice. Subject in the active voice become to the object in the passive voice, and object in the active voice become to the subject in the passive voice. For example, will I be touched by your passive voice? Okay. And another example is I will love him. I will love him. In the passive voice, we change if we change into passive voice, it's become he will be loved by me. I become the object in the passive voice, me. I become the me because it's object, and him become the subject, he because he is subject. He will be loved by me. I will love him. He will be loved by me. Okay. The next is present perfect. The pattern of the present perfect is in the active voice is as subject, have or has plus verb 3 plus object. For example, we have made a new experience. Okay. She has got 5 cars. I'm sorry. In the passive voice, the pattern is subject, have or has, plus to be, been. The next is present perfect. Present perfect. The pattern in the active voice is a subject, have or has, plus verb 3 plus object. Example, we have made a new experience. She has got 5 cars. In the passive voice, the pattern is a subject plus have or has, been plus been to be been, plus verb 3 plus preposition by and object. Example, some like another present passive voice. In the present perfect passive, we need to switch the subject and the object in the active voice. Okay, the subject will be changed into the object in the passive voice. The object in the active voice will be changed into the subject in the passive voice. For example, we have made a new experience. We in the active voice, we as a subject have made it verb. A new experience is an object. In the passive voice, a new experience is a subject. It's a subject, okay? Okay. New experience is a subject, followed by has and to be been. And the verb 3, made. And the last is a subject. Subject in the active voice, we become to us. In the passive voice, became to us. Sorry, I will became to us because we in the passive voice act as an object. All right. And okay, the next is past perfect passive. In the past perfect passive, we have a pattern in the active voice is subject, have plus verb 3. Okay, they is a subject, study is a verb, verb 3, head, it's head, and English is object. In the passive voice, same, we need to switch subject, object, and object and the subject in the active voice. Okay, I'm sorry, it's I mistake. We need to object. Okay. We need object in the active voice. The active voice pattern is subject, head, verb 3, and object. In the passive voice, the pattern is subject, had, been, it's to be, verb 3, and object. The subject in the active voice become the object in the passive voice, and object in the passive voice become to be subject in active in the passive voice. Okay. Passive voice, subject, English is subject, subject, English is as a subject, if object, but in passive voice it's subject, had been, studied, verb, it's verb 3, by, some, it's object, verb in the passive voice, them is object, but in the active voice, they is subject. Subject become to be object. Okay. The next is the passive voice without agent or being. The first one is passive voice without the agent. When we leave out the agent, when we do not know who is doing the action, we do know who is doing the action. For example, the people use laundromat every day. Okay, the laundromat is used by people every day. It's wrong. We don't use the agent here because we do know who is the people. Okay, who is the agent? Who is the people? Okay, the correct passive voice is the laundromat is used every day. It's used every day. Okay. The second is when we leave out the agent when we want to emphasize the important of the action and not the agent. Okay, in this case, the action is more important than who do the action. Okay, for example, everybody speak English here. English is spoken by everybody here. It's wrong. English is spoken here because we want to show like English is spoken here. In here place, people, all people, everybody speak English. We want to show the English is spoke here. Okay, it's the who do the action is not important, but the action is more important. It's passive of verb content to object. Active voice, for example, active voice, they give him a laptop. In the passive voice, we can make a two sentence. He was give a laptop. It's first passive voice. And the second, a laptop was give to him. Okay, the second passive voice after Other example of verb that can have two objects, it's ask, pay, send, show, tell, teach, tell. Okay, here the passive voice with two objects. And the active voice, for example, send my friend a picture. Sorry, send is verb, my friend is somebody, and a picture is something. Okay, in the passive voice, it can be changed. My friend will send a picture. My friend will send a picture. Someone, it's become someone, passive verb, and something. The second example is send a picture to my friend. A picture was sent to my friend. Okay. In the active voice, send is verb, a picture is something, to my friends is to or for someone. Same like active voice, in the passive voice, a picture is something, was sent is passive verb, to my friend, to or for someone. Okay, in the active voice, verb with to, give, lend, after, past, promise, read, sell, send, should, tell, return. Verb with for is bring, buy, cook, find, get, make. In the passive voice, verb with to is give, lend, after, past, promise, read, some like active voice. And the verb with for, it's also sound like a active voice, like bring, buy, cook, find, get, make. Okay. Next, passive of verb with object and object complement. In English, after verb, the direct object can be followed by an object complement. For example, subject, subject plus verb plus object and object complement. He called his dog Monica. When this structure is made passive, the object complement become the subject complement. Okay, subject, the pattern is subject, be, verb 3, and subject complement. Example, his dog is called Monica. Okay. Okay, the last is the passive voice of sentence contains preposition. When we put an active sentence, when we put an active sentence where a preposition follow after verb, example, break into, after look, listen to. Okay, into passive, the preposition remains immediately after the verb. Okay, active voice, there you can see some example of the active and passive voice contains preposition. In the active voice, someone broke into the pet shop. In the passive voice, the pet shop was broken into. They look for the baby. The baby was looked for. Okay. Next is exercise. Okay, exercise. There is a link for the exercise. I think it's all about our material for today. I hope you can understand and get the point of this video or this lesson, and you can understand the material and get the point of the material. There is a link for exercise, or I will type in check not check chat box. I'm sorry, I will put in the description box in the YouTube. Okay, thank you for watching, and I hope you understand of the material and get the point of the material, and see you next time. Bye bye.